What a day of football, a crazy day of football, because in the future we might look at the 8th of February 2024 as a day that changed football forever, with two big announcements. The first one, they want to put next to the yellow and the red card, they want to insert and to test as soon as possible a blue card. What is the blue card? What are the details? We will go through them. And then also another big announcement. A bit earlier, President of UEFA, Alexander Ceferin, said in 2027, I will leave the presidency. But he also added other shocking news that we will go through in a second. And then we'll speak about the group stages of the Nations League, who will play against who from September 2024. We cover everything here because my name is Giuseppe and together we will cover football. Not the usual thing today, but three big defined topics. We start with the first one, as I told you, the blue card. A new card that will punish cutting off a promising attack. But that is not enough to be called a red one. Also known as the cynical fouls. Do you remember the Giorgio Chiellini tactical foul? Do you remember these episodes when you are watching your team that is about to go in counter-attack and then you have the smart defender that is taking away that shirt, making sure that the counter-attack is stopping? Well, these moments they want to punish them. They're also called the cynical fouls, but on top of that also punishing the excessive protest to a referee. And what is the consequence of a blue card? Well, these players that will receive them, they will go on the sideline for 10 long minutes. This is what I want to test. My opinion about it, it is a total disaster. I know that football is not perfect. I know that changes are needed. But here we are putting an extra thing of confusion. Here we are making the game even more difficult. I don't know about other sport. I know about football. Putting a player on the touchline for 10 long minutes is a disaster for your team, because for 10 long minutes you are playing with 10 men, but also for the player, I believe, because on the sideline, what is he able to do? Can he still continue to warm up just to stay in form? Is he obliged to sit? What about the injury level? Will it increase in the future or not? I have absolutely no idea. It is new. I know that these kind of decisions exist already in other sports. But is it the same as football? Are they running the same as football? I have absolutely no idea. So if you know, let me know. But that's already one strange thing. Then, if your team is already having a red card, they're already playing with 10 men. On top of that, you have this kind of cynical foul, or a player that is going with protest, which I understand, which I kind of even agree with, that they need to be punished. But a blue card, 10 men, you're playing with 9 against 11. You're already happening in football, of course, for 10 long minutes. Do we believe that the game will be more entertaining? Or will these kind of teams that are playing temporary with 10 men just park the bus and wait for their teammates to come back? I have a lot of questions about that decision. That is, as we speak, not yet an official one, but could be official in the next few days. So wait for it. I don't know. According to me, I'm absolutely against it. I made a poll on social media where actually a lot of people are not that much in favor, but they are in favor of testing it. And a test could happen in FA League. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that one, but I think it's a big one. One that is really mocking the decision in a funny way. It is Mesut Ozil, because today he wrote on X, on Twitter, ex-Twitter, he said, so Atletico Madrid will only play with 6 players then. A funny one, because we know the aggressivity, the grinta of the teams of Diego Simeone. Speaking about ex-players, speaking about the legends of the game like Mesut Ozil, well, there is another legend, not of the game of football, but the game of WWE. We are speaking about Undertaker, that today was there in Saudi Arabia to actually present the Riyadh season trophy. And who was watching him? Who was really in admiration for him? Cristiano Ronaldo, another big legend, again, not from football, but this time from boxing. It is Mikey Tyson that was today wearing a beautiful football kit, the one of Juventus, the club of my heart. So beautiful today to see these big legends of other sport that is actually coming into the world of football, the one that we love the most. And we go to Ceferin that is about to leave the world of football, the world that we love the most, because today he announced a lot of things, starting with a really strange speech. I am tired of COVID. I am tired of 2 wars. I am tired of the nonsense project of the so-called Super League. with all the respect to Alexander Ceferin that I personally don't know, but if you are putting the Super League and you are comparing it with COVID and you are comparing it and putting next to two wars, I think it's a bit excessive. On the other side, he's still refusing to admit that the Super League is a project. You can like it, you can dislike it, but continue to speak about a nonsense project of the so-called Super League. It is not the so-called Super League, it is the Super League. At a certain moment, he will have to admit it because the Court of Justice said, yes, a new project can see the light. So he needs to pay attention to what he's saying and actually showing a bit more respect. I saw him that he was really nervous. And when you start speaking a lot of time repeating the words, I am tired of this, I am tired of this, I am tired of this, it doesn't show a lot of goodwill, of motivation, of a lot of energy to continue the job that you have to do. Today he said they are changing the rules again because he would be able, if he wants to actually present himself again to be elected even more. At the end of this year, he will be there since 7 years. He will continue until 2027, which means 10 years away from home. That's what he said. I'm leaving for two reasons. I'm leaving for the first one because the organization needs fresh blood, and then also because I am, and that's mainly the reason, because I am away from my family since 7 years, and when I will leave in 2027, because I will not present myself again, well, it will be 10 years away from home. From what I hear, from what I see a Ceferin that looks really tired and nervous. Is it only tired, or is it nervous and tired, or is it maybe only nervous? I don't know. But if we see that the decision of justice, the court justice, has been decided that Super League can possibly exist, one, if we know that Super League is now going full power in speaking with all the clubs and they are telling them through official mails that UEFA Ceferin needs to stop blackmailing them, they need to stop threatening the other clubs of joining them, it starts to be a lot. Super League that is starting to exist more and more. Every single day we are hearing about it. And on top of that, yesterday there was a possibility that A22 will go to court in a justice case, in a lawsuit against UEFA to tell them we want from you 3.6 billion euro. For what? Because of the actions that they put in place to avoid the Super League starting in 2021, they are saying the project is actually delayed, and they didn't have the right to do so. 3.6 million euro. The Super League. Well, I believe that Ceferin, more than joining back his family, is probably thinking a bit, I don't want to be the president of UEFA when all these things possibly might happen. So big day for football today. Now we go towards the last topic, the one that is the most interesting one, because we are speaking about the field with earlier today the Nations League group that are defined. We already know who will play against who. In League A we have Croatia, Portugal, Poland and Scotland. Croatia will play against Portugal. Will they be able to beat them for the first time? Because since 2005, they played 5 times against each other. 4 wins for the team of Cristiano Ronaldo, only 1 draw, 0 wins for Croatia. In the second group, we have Italy, Belgium, France and Israel. Again, historical big game between Italy and France. They played the last 3 games friendlies, and the 3 times it was France that won over Italy. The last official game was played between the two teams in 2008, where Italy won 2-0. And Belgium will try to qualify to be first of that group. That's an interesting one because they want to go to the knockout stages. Belgium, Italy, France. Let me know who you believe will go through. If not Israel. And then in Group 3, still in that League A, we have the Netherlands against Germany, against Hungary, and against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Group 4, a beautiful one as well, with Spain, Denmark, Switzerland, and Serbia. In League B, we have England, because yes, you know it, last Nations League England was not able to win a single game, so they were relegated, and they will play against the cousins, against Republic of Ireland, also against Greece and Finland, Czech Republic, Ukraine, Albania and Georgia. We have other teams that are playing. Look at the Group 4 in League B. That is super interesting. Why? Because we have Wales, Ireland, we have Montenegro and Turkey. A super interesting Turkey to follow. For what reason? Because we have some stars there. Çalhanoğlu, Arda Güler, Kenan Yildiz and much more. Pay attention to Turkey because they can do extremely well. League C, Sweden should be the one that win in a group with Azerbaijan, Slovakia and Estonia. Sweden should do extremely well, but pay attention because it's really difficult to play against Azerbaijan, Slovakia and Estonia. It's not as easy as it should look like on paper. Northern Ireland, they will be in Group 3 of League C, and then you have a few games left in the fourth league in League D. Let me know already if you want to who is your favorite per group, who you believe will go through to the knockout stages, who will be promoted, who will be relegated. I want to be this an interactive video with your opinion about the blue card, about Ceferin leaving in 2027 and about, of course, the Nations League. My name is Giuseppe and together we covered football.